Hello, my name is Michael An. I would love to tell you my story. I've been an entrepreneur for the last 15 plus years, but what's crazy about my story was being in this industry of network marketing and entrepreneurship was actually not my plan in life. In fact, my story started 15 years ago, growing up in Southern California, going to college, not having a future, only going to school because my single mom threatened me, if I don't go to school, I'm pretty much dead. Long story short, I was going to UCR, also working at Disneyland scooping ice cream for minimum wage, earning $8 an hour. I was one of those guys that had no plan, just having fun with my life. But here's pretty much what happened. In 2005 of April, I get a phone call from my older sister out of nowhere saying, Mike, we have an emergency in the family. So I asked her what's going on and she said, listen, mom doesn't want to let you know, but she's getting ready to close the family business and she might file for bankruptcy. Anybody with single parents obviously know that's a very scary phone call. So for the first time in my life, that's when I was thinking about my future. What should I do as far as my major? What career choice should I make? But not only was I thinking about my future, I started thinking, okay, what's our family gonna do? That's when my sister said she has no idea, but why don't we look for other ways to earn money? So the first thing I thought about was look for a higher paying job, but unfortunately because of my age, nobody wanted to pay me more than minimum wage. So the second thing I thought was normal to do is go look for a second job. But what I realized was not only did I have no time, but even if I worked a little more hours, I wasn't gonna make enough money to help my mom, let alone myself. That's when I got scared, that's when I got desperate and started praying and looking for other ways to make money. And long story short, my story comes from my school campus restroom. In fact, when I was using the restroom, I saw the most funniest ad on the school bathroom stall that says, want to earn more money? Call this number. Now, you usually ignore ads you see in the bathroom, but when you're desperate like me, you look at it as a sign from God. So I ended up calling that number. Complete stranger picked up, asked me if I'm open to earning more money. So I said, of course. What kind of job is this? And that's when he said, it's not a job, it's a business opportunity. But if I want more information, to come meet him at this location. Now, when I looked up the location, it was 70 miles away. And in California, 70 miles equals 2 hours minimum. So I told the gentleman, there's no way I could go all the way to work. And here's one thing he said to me that caught my attention. Mike, if you come meet me at this location, what if I can show you how to earn more money in a month than you're used to earning in a year? When he said that, I was so shocked. I told the gentleman I was just kidding. I'd love to meet him anytime, anywhere. Just tell me what time to show up. And that's when he invited me to my very first meeting in this industry. I drove over 2 hours and my first impression of the business was, this is too good to be true. I was a little skeptical and negative, but I gotta admit, in the back of my mind, I was a little hopeful. Somehow, through the confidence in the person that showed me the business, I ended up getting started in the industry. And here's what he said to me. If you can be 100% coachable, 100% teachable, and follow the system, I will show you how to make some money. After working with the company and the leadership for several months, I started earning more money than I was working full-time at Disneyland. In fact, part-time. So I decided to work a little bit more and put full-time into the business. And after several months, I started earning more, okay, than I ever thought I could earn. So the next thing I decided to do was take 1 quarter off college, which now happens to be 15 years of college. And I don't share that story to brag or to tell anybody to drop out of school, but to let all of you know, it was not my plan to be an entrepreneur. It was not my plan to even be involved in network marketing, but somehow, you know, if you're hungry enough and you're coachable and teachable and you could put in the work and follow the system, magical things can happen in this industry. And that is why I'm excited to be here today. Well, the current goals for the New Year's is to help GPS in 2021 do over $100 million in sales. Our company obviously started in the US in June. We pre-launched this company. We're now in 3 countries with over 30,000 influencers around the world. but we've done that during a global pandemic. So this year, we have some incredible goal as a company. I have some incredible goal as a leader representing GPS, and all we want to do is break some records, do minimum $100 million, and help as many people see success in the GPS opportunity. Well, getting involved in GPS, I could share with you guys, not only did it make me tougher, but grateful and so much more appreciative of our industry network marketing. You know, we started our company during a global pandemic. We had no idea that was gonna happen, but obviously not only did it impact United States, the pandemic obviously hurt the whole world. You know, while most businesses are hurting, closing, less hours, less customers, as well as most jobs are affected all over the world, I am so grateful for GPS because we have an opportunity to build this online and bring a unique company that has unique product to the marketplace and give people a chance. So for me personally, it made me much stronger as a person, and I'm definitely grateful to not only be in this industry, but really GPS as a company. What attracted me to GPS is actually several things. Number one, the leadership and the founder, chairman, Mr. Danny Bay. You know, I knew him personally for over 15 years, has been one of my greatest friends, personal mentor, and a role model. And knowing that he's the guy behind the company, he's the guy with the vision, I knew for a fact that it's gonna be huge. You know, also the corporate leadership team. You know, I know some of the people that work there, knew many of them for years and years, and you know, they bring tremendous amount of experience, skills, wisdom, all to GPS, and I knew for a fact the company is a blessed company. You know, second reason is the industries GPS is a part of. You know, I've never seen a company taking advantage of technology shift. You know, we all know for a fact virtual reality is going to be the future. Every major huge technology companies are all investing tons of money in it. Knowing that there's a network marketing company giving average people a chance to participate and have an opportunity to cash in, I knew for a fact that product's going to be it. It's going to change lives and give people a chance. Third reason is the compensation plan. Because I got to admit, being in the industry for 15 years, I was blessed enough to been a part of a few amazing companies, made some incredible money, but at the end of the day, compensation plan matters. And when I saw GPS compensation plan where the people that are new could win, but also people in the middle leadership level can win, and people that really work hard and get to the top of the company can get rewarded very well financially, where it helps the bottom, middle, and top, I just knew this is it. So GPS has the leadership, you know, the corporate team, the founder, Mr. Danny Bay, the product, and the compensation plan. I just look at it as a win-win-win situation. GPS definitely does solve a problem in the marketplace today. One thing we all can agree is technology changed the way people earn money. You know, back in the days, it really was about having a good secure job or even starting a traditional business, pouring in a ton of money. But you think about what's going on in the 21st century, we can all agree there are people working less hours, less educated, earning more money because they figured out how to work smarter using the internet or some kind of technology. And here's what's exciting about GPS. GPS gives people a chance to work around what they have going on in their current life because it is a home-based business. In fact, I call it an anywhere business because you could do it anywhere in the world, not only from your home, but in the comfort of wherever you are, but also bringing an exciting product to the marketplace that no company has ever done in our industry, virtual reality, just to start it off, and in the future, having experience before purchasing. with AR and VR, giving people the e-commerce side to shop in a different way, it's just so exciting that we have a company and an opportunity like GPS because we have a visionary and founder named Mr. Danny Bay. So I'm just grateful, and it definitely can bless many lives here. I personally have worked with many great companies. All the companies I've been part of, I could say, was all a blessing to me. I made great friends, met great mentors, learned a lot about the industry and system. But what's unique about GPS and different compared to anything I have ever done is the timing. We are a startup company, but we're not just a normal, typical startup company. We have a founder and corporate leadership staff that has tons and tons of years of experience, not only in the corporate side, but on the field. Founder of this company, Mr. Danny Bay, was on the field, just like you and I, for almost 20 years and has been documented to have made tons of money in our industry, but more importantly, helped many people do it as well in many countries. So because of our leadership team, the founder, and the timing of a startup, but getting into technology such as virtual reality, there's no company like GPS. Well, the GPS culture, starts obviously at the top, right? And our founder, Mr. Danny Bay, and the leadership team we have in our organization all believe in putting people first. And the culture we have in our company is amazing because, like I always say, we started during a global pandemic. We pre-launched in the United States in June 2020, so we've been only open for a few months. But here's what's amazing in the type of people we have attracted. 99% of the people in our company, we still have not met them in person yet. 99% of our business was done all online using Zoom, FaceTime, or different applications, to attract business partners and customers, and the culture we have is incredible because of that. We have people that saw the vision. We have people that believed in the company and the leadership without meeting anybody in person yet. So the type of people we have in our business and the culture we have in our company and organization, I truly believe we have attracted the best people who can see before others can and are about to, do very well just because of the vision they had and the timing and, the people we attracted because of the situation. To really have success in this industry, you really have to work on yourself. I truly believe in what Jim Rohn says, personal development comes before the fortune. You got to work on yourself because this is something different, and I highly recommend everybody, no matter how you feel, to do minimum 30 minutes of personal development every single day, no matter what. The advice I would give myself, if I could go back 15 years ago when I first got involved in network marketing, is to make my mistakes quicker. Because what I realized being in this industry for a while now and learning from the best of the best is you can't avoid mistakes. The people that achieve success, that are at the top levels of any network marketing company out there, I'll promise you one thing, just made more mistakes than anybody else and learn from them. So if I could go back in time, I would make my mistakes quicker and learn from them and move on. In my opinion, the common mistake most new people in our industry make is that they try to figure out their own way. In fact, we hear it all the time. Be coachable, teachable, and follow the proven system to the T. But what happens is most people, including myself, when we're new, we bring our own experiences and we pick and choose what we like, and we pick and choose what we don't like, and we usually do the things we like and don't do the things we don't feel comfortable doing. So my advice to all the brand new people is, whether you feel like it or not, just be coachable, just be teachable, surrender to the system, and just follow it. And if you follow it, you'll soon realize the system will go to work for you and your business can grow outside of you, which is a true blessing in our industry. Personally, I've never experienced a year like 2020. You know, the 15 years I've been in network marketing, yes, not every day is a good day. There's days that, you know, even me as a human being didn't feel like doing anything. There was days I questioned even the industry. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, I made great income and fell in love with the industry that I never gave up. So in 2020, we did all of our business online without physically meeting people. So was it a challenging year? Absolutely. But was it also a great year? Absolutely. Because it made us figure out to change and adapt quickly and learn something most of us aren't used to. So it's been an incredible year. I know virtual reality is the future because it's technology. You know, no one would have thought we'll all be able to watch YouTube, listen to our favorite music, you know, be on social media and do everything on a handheld small device, our cell phones. You know, even me growing up in college, we would have never imagined that because everything was about hardware devices. Big TV screens on the wall, laptop or computer, or even a cell phone or an iPad. But what's going on right now is the wearable hardware. You know, Facebook announced they're coming out with their glass. Apple, they're coming out with their glass. You think about what's going on not only in the gaming industry, but just you look at different countries around the world that are advanced in technology. Virtual reality is very, very big. But with technology, you know, we're having something called virtual glass made by TCL launching in the next few months, and that's just our first version. Next 3-5 years, I can't even imagine how virtual reality is gonna be because it's already big, but only gonna get bigger and bigger and better as technology advances. So I truly believe one day, just the way we're using our cell phone, every home, every human being is gonna have some kind of glasses they wear that's gonna have virtual reality, augmented reality, where, you know, we're not gonna even need a cell phone or computer or laptop anymore. So I know we're in the right industry and virtual reality is the future. I think we can all agree in 2020, we heard more about virtual than any month, any year before. More people work from home this year or in 2020 than any year before. I think more students learned online more in 2020 than any other year before. And I think we all heard virtual party, virtual meeting, virtual concert, virtual work more than ever. And because of that, virtual reality is going to be used. And because of that, virtual reality is in more demand than ever. And with technology getting better, I guarantee you in the future, everything is going to be available through virtual reality, where people aren't going to have to go to work but meet in virtual space, where people aren't going to have to go to class but meet in virtual space. And in my opinion, I even believe in the future, people all over the world are going to be able to meet their friends in virtual reality space, being in another country, hanging out. So definitely, virtual reality is the future and people need it more than ever before. Well, the partnership we just made is the very first time in our industry. You know, TCL is already a huge company. Now, if you live in America, you can't hide from TCL when you go to any electronics store. In fact, it's not just like that in US. It's like that all over the world. They're top 2, number 1, depending on the country. And for a company that's already that big, to be able to give a partnership to our company where we have created the world's very first micro OLED VR glass. When you see that product, which I had an opportunity to try, experience myself, words can't describe it. Because until now, everybody that experienced virtual reality had to put on a headset. They were still cool, they were still amazing, but it almost looked like you're going skiing or snowboarding, those, snowboard ski goggles. And people still loved it. People played games on it. People watched movies on it. People had different virtual reality experience on it. But for the very first time, virtual glass that looks like a sunglass, and the moment you put it on, it's like having a 100-inch TV right in front of your eyes, and no one can tell it's virtual reality. I know for a fact it's going to impact the marketplace. Huge demand already for it. Pre-order starts soon, and I'm telling you, thousands of people already ordered it around the world, and GPS is just blessed to be the first company to bring that to the marketplace. Right now, it's still just something that's very new, where most people don't realize how it's going to be in the future. But studying a little bit more about our industry and the technology that virtual reality experience can give people, shopping is going to be different. Back in the days, at least when I was in school growing up, if we wanted to go shop for clothes or toys or anything, we had to go physically to the store, whether it was the mall or the marketplace or, just brick and mortar store. But the last 5-10 years, e-commerce and online shopping changed the way people spend their money. We finally started buying things without physically going to the store, but looking at it online and looking at pictures. But sometimes, no matter what, how good it looks, once we receive the product or maybe try it on, it's a little different. But what experience before purchasing is going to do, because of the technology, it's going to be completely different in shopping. Imagine being able to look at the shoes you wanted to buy and actually looking at it on you. Or maybe your favorite clothes you wanted to buy, you can actually see how it look on you. Or the sunglasses you wanted to put on to see how it look on your face, you'll be able to eventually see how it looks on you without physically going there. So I know for a fact the shopping experience, it's going to be so different next few years of time with EBP, just like the shopping experience changed from going to the store online. It's another shift happening, and we're in the perfect industry at the perfect time with VRLU and GPS. Using VRLU and the Master Academy available for all the customers that have VRLU is an experience you can't explain. Being an entrepreneur last 15 years, I truly believe in personal development. I paid hundreds of dollars, sometimes even thousands of dollars, flying all over the country, in fact, all over the world, to learn from the best people, and spend tons of money doing it. And 100% of the dollars I spent was absolutely worth it, because I wouldn't be the person I am today without those knowledge that I had to go get. And ever since YouTube was available, I've watched a lot of personal development on YouTube, but, it's good information. You still get a lot out of it. But once you experience learning in virtual reality, once you have the glass or the headset on and you're immersed in virtual world, you're almost like right in front of the person training, where you have no distraction and you're just there. I mean, words can't explain it. You got to experience it. And I'm telling you, there's so much value learning in VRLU from all the masters, and I just can't describe it with words. You have to experience it. Right now, is the time. You know, we've been in business for a few months. We haven't even been in for 1 year. Having an opportunity like GPS, the timing where the company is looking for leaders, developing leaders, it's your chance to be the success story for our company. So my advice to everybody is don't look left, don't look right, don't look back, look forward, run with us in 2021, take all out massive action, be coachable, teachable, follow the system, and let's change lives and do $100 million in 2021 as a company.